Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, you still look like your head's chopped off. You sit up.
Hello, everyone.
Nadia's the short ass, it's not Nanny Di anymore. Okay, we've just seen episode 3, Who is America? Sacha Baron-Cohen carries on his epic quest across America to reveal just how
Bonkers, some
remarkably strange American culture can be.
obviously, yeah.
We're very mindful that he's accessing some sort of rarefied communities, but how rarefied are they? You see, this is the problem for us Brits who love America. We don't know how prevalent these attitudes are.
Yeah.
I mean, we really don't. I know New
We're
York,
real
I know
American
Los Angeles,
files,
we
aren't
know
we? We love
Chicago, but outside of those major cities, we don't really know. So any Americans watching, on all of our other reviews, Americans have really commented, and we've had some Republican and Trump supporters come on and sort of say that they like our reviews too, but they can see the merits of the show. So, do comment. This is an opportunity to discuss
And to educate.
But I'd be fascinated to know what New Yorkers make of this series, or Los Angelians. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
It's just a remarkable show. First, can I just say, I love the opening titles. We haven't talked about them in any of the other reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a sort of montage of various American presidents. And then we get to President Trump, who, for all of whatever you think of President Trump, he makes me laugh for all the wrong reasons, I have to say that. And so there's suddenly a clip of him sort of like a robot doing that, and it just makes me laugh every week. But yeah, so episode 3. We went through the usual thing of Nadia not feeling like she could watch it. But just prior to it, interestingly, we had Nadia's mum and dad over. We had a lovely evening. Check out our gardening films for some total madness from the in-laws. But Nadia went from not being able to watch it and hiding behind the chair because of the awkwardness and embarrassment to almost showing it like an excited puppy to her dad.
Well, because once I've seen it, it's really weird. I'm really nervous the whole time I'm watching it, because I'm like this, because I don't know what's going to happen, because it's just so
you get protective of all of the contributors, don't you?
It's
in a
just
weird
so
way.
embarrassing. Well, let's start at the
You're
beginning.
shrinking again.
Let's start at the beginning. So, what was the first scene? Who were we with? We were with the Mossad, Mossad.
Yeah, it was the Alabama Republican candidate Roy Moore. And he was in the press for certain allegations of impropriety around women. And Sacha Baron-Cohen, as the Mossad sort of terrorist attacker,
is interviewing
him and introduces him to a piece of tech that he
says.
But
first, he said we're both. He was saying how he supports Israel, and so he was a very comfortable.
Yeah, he was comfortable with his pro-Israel credentials.
Yeah.
And Sacha Baron-Cohen made him feel very comfortable about that. And then, of course, Sacha moved into the technological innovations that the Israeli army had developed. And one of them was a piece of kit that was designed to infiltrate the tunnels of Hamas attacking Israel. And he said, but one of the strange and curious byproducts of this technology was that it...
all made up, of course.
Yeah, this is all made up. Don't believe this. Was that it somehow managed to intercept or pick up a certain hormone or something within paedophiles and sex offenders that set the alarm off.
Yeah.
So he then claimed that they were using them in Israeli communities to alert schools as to when there were paedophiles and child offenders in the vicinity.
And he starts to wave it around.
He pulls it out.
And of course, when it's in front of him, it doesn't go off. Then he waves it around in front of Roy Moore.
Very matter-of-factly.
Yeah. He goes, what's going on? Does it again, calls a member of the crew over, starts to wave it up and down him, and Roy Moore is getting more and more uncomfortable. You can see him swallowing. And then Roy Moore says to him, listen, I've been married 35 years. I've not been accused of anything like this. I am not a pedophile. I'm not this. I'm not... I was just like sitting there. We were open-mouthed, weren't we? This was the first scene. And then he got very
dry-throated.
Out of the interview, just leaves the interview.
It's very important to say that neither Sacha Baron-Cohen nor we were suggesting in any way that he was a paedophile, but he got very uncomfortable with the whole proceedings.
Well, he would do, because he's been accused of it. And he left, he walked out. But the cheek of Sacha Baron-Cohen, the cheek of him.
I mean, my God.
He just doesn't care what he says.
And then the next setup in part 1 was him bringing Bone Crusher, the rapper, alongside...
Is he a very famous rapper?
No, I've never heard of him. But alongside, I forget the name of the right-wing person, the Republican who's next to him, a Republican with 3 doctorates, I hasten to add. And then as the sort of faux liberal, bald but with a ponytail lecturer
that Sacha Baron-Cohen
plays, he he proceeds to sort of say some really provocative things like, you know, why haven't you seen Moonlight? What would you do if your daughter had a black pimp?
For a boyfriend.
For a boyfriend. I mean, I felt...
The rapper looked absolutely horrified. He was also almost more horrified than the right wing.
Well, I thought the rapper was more horrified because, as he kind of said himself, he said, well, I haven't seen Moonlight. I can see...
You haven't seen Moonlight, you haven't seen Moonlight. And then he goes on to talk about how he'd had sex, homosexual sex.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he's just dying. And these two are being interviewed. And the Republican guy actually shifts away from him as soon as he says...
How can you say you're not homosexual, but you say...
Because I'm not homosexual, but when the man entered me, I was just like, oh my God.
But I have to say, I thought that one didn't quite hit home.
No, but there were moments of brilliance.
There were moments of brilliance, but it didn't really hit home. I could see what they were aiming for. I think they were hoping for it to spar off between the 2 contributors, but the 2 contributors are actually, unfortunately, aligned by the fact that neither of them had seen the Oscar-winning film Moonlight. So, but I have to say, watch that sequence for the facial expression of Bone Crusher.
The rapper at the end.
At the end.
It's just joyful.
Priceless.
And then we went on to my very, very favourite.
Well, before we get to Nadia's very, very favourite, and I'll let you explain this. At this point, I was thinking to myself, there's no way on earth Sacha Baron-Cohen is going to be able to stay in the United States.
No.
I mean, if...
He won't be able to
One
stay.
of 2 things is going to happen. Trump will have him removed.
We thought that was genius too. We're going to be commenting on that.
Trump will have him removed. I mean, literally. I mean, look at the way Trump...
But don't you think he's crashing and burning? I think he believes so passionately in exposing this kind of extremism.
But if he
must have decided that he's going to leave America.
I think he must have done. I think he must have done.
He's coming home.
Or he's coming back to London, exactly. Because the other point is that if Trump doesn't expel him, people are going to have reasons to pursue him.
Trump can't get to the position where he's expelling.
But no. But don't you think he's alienating massive swathes of the community?
Sacha?
Yeah, he's endangering himself. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he does. He's the naughtiest boy in the school playground.
Yeah, no, I know. But in America, where they have guns, it was only because they were told not to bring guns in the last episode. I think he's endangered his life.
Oh, I see. You could
shot.
Because we don't think of that. Because we don't think of people with guns.
I think he's really dicing with death, quite literally. He's putting his hand into some of the most whether we agree with them or not, some of the absolute fundamental fears, concerns, and beliefs of a core of America that you cannot change.
Yeah.
And I worry for him.
And he's mixing it up.
I really worry for him. Anyway, part 2.
I worry for him in Bad Hombres.
Well, the next section...
I think I'll probably watch this 3 or 4 or 5 times in my life.
Well, this one part. Yeah. Explain to us what happens.
Well, no, can you?
Why? Because it's too hard? So he brings in.
I don't know how to pick my way around what I can say. We don't want YouTube to shut us up.
Well, he brings in 3 pro-Trump supporters who have. I can't remember.
We believe that the Mexican.
They have a particular beef with the Mexican immigration problem.
And they say it's the greatest threat to their country.
Yeah. So Sacha Baron-Cohen, he's relying on the Mossad terrorist attacker. A lot as a character. But the more I look at this character's face, the more I think, how can they believe
believe him? I mean, he just doesn't look real at all. He looks like a massive action man.
He looks like a massive action man.
He's almost to goad the whole premise of the program. He's made the eyebrow even worse. Like, it's so insane.
Do you think he's almost making it less and less convincing to see how far he can push it?
Because I think what he's saying, these people are so rabid. Rabid.
Yeah, rabbits.
But they're so rabid that they're blinded by their own ignorance and their own prejudice.
I totally agree.
And I think it's just highlighting it.
Totally agree. I think you're right. And I think it's almost in the last episode, he might have it all falling and hanging off so that if they couldn't see it. But you're right.
So he gets these 3 extreme white Republicans
and in a nutshell,
who want to entrap Mexicans because they believe that did they say all Mexicans? They do really, don't they? They believe that all Mexicans are potential rapists.
Yeah. So.
And they suggest that they want to rape 15-year-old girls. Yeah. So the Mossad, not Mossad.
Yeah, I can't remember the Mexican name. There's a particular party that clearly happens within the Mexican culture for girls of a coming of age party
Right.
for girls of a certain age. They use this as a sort of an excuse to stage a fake one of these parties. In which these three sort of anti-Mexican immigration activist types will do a number of remarkable things that Sacha Baron-Cohen suggests to them will help them entrap Mexicans.
First one being, you pretend that you're a 15-year-old Mexican girl.
I like the way
American girl.
No, a 15-year-old Mexican. Yeah, because it's the Mexican girls that the boys are coming to. They say are coming to rape. But so what I quite liked was the way he then decided which of the three was most appropriate to look like a girl.
And they buy that. And then he gets them to put this fake bra on with boobs.
Yeah, fake boobs.
And I don't know if I can say this on YouTube.
I'm trying to think of a politically
Vagina.
correct way. Well,
You say vagina.
Well, they put on a fake vagina, which he equates to the actress who plays Wonder Woman's vagina.
God, as we say all of this.
And he attaches it to his nether regions.
But he puts it on like a pair of pants.
And he asked...
I missed that bit.
Well, yeah, he was suggesting that they put condoms on their fists. I don't know what that was for, to hit them. And they were also to have Rohypnol to put in drinks, so that the entrapment
so that when they go for the girl's nun, he gets a gun out and he shoots them. So they set up this party, they get a piñata, a massive one, and inside they put one of these Republican guys ready
with
to
a
shoot.
camera.
One of the other Republican extreme right-wing guy comes out dressed as a 15-year-old Mexican.
Yeah.
Long curly black hair.
He's in the part.
Yeah,
He's in the part.
like Cinderella dress.
Yeah.
He's fully inhabited. He's got makeup on.
Oh yeah, he is a 15-year-old girl.
And he's made a big bowl of guacamole and he's put Rohypnol in it.
So don't forget, they also have fake vaginas
guns
on.
And fake guns.
And he has a fake vagina on. And he has condoms in his pocket. And the other guy is underneath what's he underneath? The piñata. With a camera.
And Sacha Baron-Cohen is playing a guitar.
This is the honey trap.
Right. Then,
I can't believe the next
wait
bit.
for it, the police arrive.
And we know this is genuine because their pixelated faces suggest they couldn't show
He's like, what's going on here? We've had some complaints that you're trying to entrap girls. No, we're not trying to entrap girls. Then you cut over to a poster that they've got out on the street that
basically
says,
saying,
come
young
in,
girls,
come in, drugs,
P-U-S-S-Y.
piñata, avocado, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but what's so amazing
so
about
then the policeman lifts up his dress, because what have you got under there, sir? He lifts up his dress and he says, that looks like a pussy.
That looks like a fake vagina, sir.
Yeah, and he says
it is a fake vagina.
But it's got a long wig on.
It's got a wig on.
And he goes, what's in here? And they open the piñata, and
there's
there's
a
the
man
other
with the
guy in
camera.
there with the gun.
And
the police says, is this a gun? He goes, it's a fake gun. And the police go, what's this? It's for him. No. How are they not all in jail? How are they not all in jail?
Now, Nadia was on... So yeah, and then the story cuts out at that point.
And you don't know what
But
happened.
did you notice how Sacha Baron-Cohen had disappeared? If you look at the end of that sequence, he's not in the sequence at all. He's disappeared. He's leaving them to deal with it. Because he washes his hands and says, I'm just on a trip from Las Vegas.
Yeah, because, I mean, actually, technically, could he be arrested himself for inciting that? Because they also have film of him saying, could he?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
They could turn around and said, he suggested we... Anyway, it was gobsmacked.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
Gobsmacked.
It was only 10, 15 minutes ago. The only conceivable way I can think they got out of that, and it's only through some of my own experiences with the American cops. You know, on the one hand, American cops get a bad press. On the other hand, you can sometimes work your way around them. I think what may have happened was Sacha Baron-Cohen and all of them will have just sort of pleaded, look, this was a setup, it's for a TV show, look, we're being stupid, da-da-da-da. And they might have just got away with it.
What would you have done if you were the director on that?
If I was, I would have pleaded, I would have let it roll as far as I could, but then you would have had to have walked in there and say, look, guys, okay, this has got out of hand. We are doing...
Don't muck about with
No. You say we were doing a prank show, it was a prank, this was the prank, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, and I suppose the other guys wouldn't...
And the other guys would go with it. They'd want to get out of their situation.
He had all his blusher
everything
on,
about them
but
was
you could see
incriminating
his
them.
face.
Yeah, but also he had Rohypnol in his pockets, condoms and KY jelly.
He said, why have you got KY jelly and
I mean,
Durex?
everything about it looked utterly
he
wrong.
said, I rub it on my face in case anyone hits me. The hand slips off my face. Do you remember that? He said that to the police. And all these big hard guys that were going to shoot Mexicans and we're going to do this. They folded, didn't they? As soon as those police came. It was joyous.
It was.
Heaven.
It was.
Anyway, the programme comes to an end with the third character that he played tonight, which was that of the hippie.
Yeah, we'd seen him earlier in the show, but yeah, the hippie
traveller.
guy.
And he goes into, what would it be called? A rap competition?
It's kind of like one of those sort of beat poet type rapping competitions where, you know, guys go head to head.
Into a packed
African-American
club. And they're up there in a proper rapping.
And at first it looks really unfriendly. I mean, I was worried for him. I actually saw this on YouTube. They subclipped it earlier today. And I thought, Jesus Christ, he's throwing himself at the wolves here because he was being sort of purposefully liberal, very provocative sexually about stuff back to one of the main rappers. But what I loved about it...
He won them round.
Was that he turned it round.
In the beginning he was aggressive and in the end they admired him so much because he'd had...
They just couldn't believe
the balls to say
that his phallus
top
was
rapper,
bigger than everyone else's.
I've got a bigger phallus than you and that's the problem.
So I have to say, this has fast become... Not going to be able to do this again after this series. You're not going to be able to do this again, Sacha Baron-Cohen.
No.
Is he?
That was your one shot there.
This is your one shot.
You cannot get any more prosthetics or makeup on that face.
But he's not going to get away with it. You're just not going to be, you know, the publicity for this is running. You know what we've still got to come in the series? What? Sarah Palin. Apparently he stitches Sarah Palin up. She's been doing the American networks trying to fan it away already. So that's got to be priceless. Sarah Palin.
If you haven't watched this series, go back over it. Don't sit down expecting, I'm going to be laughing my head off. This is a laugh out loud comedy.
It's shocking.
Because a lot of it is just utterly shocking. But it is clever. It is clever. And you know, again, you could go to any country in the world and find your own extremists. So these are extremists.
If this is too extreme for you, my lovely in-laws, Nadia's lovely parents, did suggest, and I think it's a good alternative because I've seen clips, Ed Balls' adventures around Trump's America, which would be a far more sort of agreeable watch, maybe less hostile, less in your face.
I don't mind at all, Darren. You're Darren's man crush.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. But there you go. So watch it, check it out. But lots of comments. We love the comments from you Americans as well as you Brits. What do we think of it? What do you think of it?
You know, we read every single comment.
We do.
We don't answer them all. Obviously, we can't. But we read every single comment and we sit and we read and we chat about them, don't we?
We love it.
So we love it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining
guys.
us. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, tell all your friends. We have so much stuff on this channel that more people deserve to see it. And we'd love to have more of you. And for those who are wondering where Sharp Objects is, we are watching it, but we haven't watched it out of sync. We're watching it now, probably reviewing it tomorrow. Yeah. But what does my cup of tea say? My cup of tea says, being grumpy is in my nature, and that was the best bloody cup of tea I've had in 2018. Yeah, I did it with love. It was delicious. I did it with real love. Yeah. His eyebrows look like slugs gone wrong. But Brenda and Barry, I hope you're not talking about mine because the girls were saying they needed to use shears to cut mine. Stephen Huxtable says, have we watched Americans yet? No, we haven't. That was on ITV. It's into series 3 now, I think. Oh, God, why didn't we watch that? Yeah, that'd be a good one. It came out quite a while ago. Bye, guys. Bye.